I'm getting more and more excited for the Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC that is coming April 19th. They now revealed an amazing new machine. We also got hints at other new features, how to access the new content, and way more. If you are excited for the expansion, then leave a like to show your support, and let's go. But first, it's time to tame a behemoth. Get your units in position and complete this boss battle in order to use these creatures in your own army. This is the brand new free game Call of Dragons, where you pick one of 3 factions with their own unique units and building styles. I went for the elves myself, and they can build your own large home base, explore the massive world, and there are even more of these beasts that you can tame to have them fight alongside you on the battlefield. Heroes are also important with their special abilities and artifacts that can completely turn the tide of battle by letting you cloak units or use the storm arrows so you can teleport anywhere on the battlefield, and this can all really help you in the PvE and PvP fights. You can also join an alliance and help each other or fight other guilds. So get in on the action to be one of the first to play Call of Dragons via the special link in the video description. My next goal is totally getting a dragon, but first let's get back into the video. Before we touch on the new machine, I real quick want to look at a sneaky tease or an oversight from Guerrilla Games in their how to prepare for the Burning Shores video. They namely showed a weapon wheel for a brief moment with a brand new Valor Surge that is not in the game yet, called Minefield. So this confirms that we at least get one new Valor Surge and probably a ton of new skills as well, but I doubt that it will be a new skill line, as those are of course based on the 6 playstyles. Like, I don't see them add brand new playstyles, although I would love to be wrong, but I can see them add on to the existing playstyles. So add the Minefield Valor Surge to the Trapper skill tree, for example. I would be down for a new Valor Surge for every skill tree, although that's probably a bit too much. It's a fact though that we can get new skill points, and you can of course earn them through activities in Forbidden West, so they don't have to raise the level cap. Although it's of course way more fun to see an XP bar fill, even in a non-New Game Plus playthrough. And they did do it for the Frozen Wilds as well, that went from 50 to 60, so I can see them do something similar here too. Moving on to something even more exciting, a new machine. Maybe you already saw the reveal, it's called the Water Wing. It's a brand new flying mount that, as you maybe already guessed, can dive underwater, so we can explore the sea at a way faster pace. I really liked how the underwater exploration in Forbidden West was mostly an optional thing and not used that often, but now being way faster and getting into the water and out of it seamless will make diving way more fun. Totally some Avatar Way of the Water vibes, although this machine was of course in development way before that movie released. And maybe you remember that in April last year, Guerrilla changed the flying mount icon from a sunwing to a more regular bird icon. Nikhil, who reached out to me a year ago, actually reminded me of this, and yeah, it seems like they were already setting us up for more flying mounts. And maybe there's another one coming, as they note on Twitter that the Water Wing is a medium-sized flying machine that can dive deep underwater. So is there also a small or large-sized flying machine then? I'm not expecting it myself. I think the reason why the Water Wing looks a lot like the Sun Wing is because then they can use some of the animations they already did, which would be different for a completely new, smaller or larger flying machine. And a larger mount would of course also more easily get stuck in many spots, especially in the base game. So I'm not expecting it. I'm already pleasantly surprised that we got a new flying mount, period, let alone one that can dive underwater. Like, no reason to use the Sun Wing after unlocking this override. Curious if it will be an optional cauldron or if it will be part of the main story of the DLC, just like we saw in Frozen Wilds. Like, there will be even more new machines, of course. There were seemingly plans for a frog machine for the DLC, which could of course be really cool, although those plans might have changed. And I also still think that some old Zero Dawn machines that were not in Forbidden West will be back. So that would be the Sawtooth, the Trampler, who I think really fits the lava, fiery nature of the LA area in the Burning Shores, and the Deathbringer seems like a safe bet as well. And of course, a relatively easy way to make the DLC encounters feel fresh versus the base game. But yeah, I still expect at least 1 or 2 brand new extra machines next to the Water Wing. And in that trailer, we also got a new look at the post-apocalyptic LA. This must be a downtown LA building, right? That is still showing some ads or propaganda or something else. I'm seeing an astronaut and a dragon, and now I can't unsee it. So Your theories are more than welcome in the comments. We also got a really small glimpse at a new Quen settlement with a crane and also the lights that you could also see in the base game, and then follow, of course, the Legacy's landfall. I can't wait to learn more about this tribe in the DLC. And we also see the Hollywood sign with the still overgrown and a sleeping metal devil, although the first trailer, of course, already teased that will change at some point during the DLC. With game director Matthijs de Jonge also saying that there is a particular battle scene in the Burning Shores that requires a lot, yes, with caps, of memory and processing power, and that it would basically only be possible on the PlayStation 5. So probably the reason why we did not see the Horus fight yet, because it's simply not possible on PS4, and why we now likely get it because the DLC is of course PS5 exclusive. It totally sucks if you don't have a PS5 yet and immediately want to play the content, but I do think it's a fact that the expansion is better because they can just focus on the new tech. They, for example, also discussed how one of the settlements is situated in and around the detailed ruins of LA, and we were able to squeeze a lot of activity in there, so maybe we can expect larger settlements and just more things going on in the Burning Shores, because it only has to work on PS5. And they also improved their cloud tech, so we can fly through highly detailed cloud formations, with the time of day also having an impact on how things look. But it will not just be visually impressive, with lightning as well. Maybe we can get hit by it, that would be cool, although not 100% confirmed. What we do know though is that among the clouds, players will be able to explore tunnels, caves and other surprises that make for fun flying. So it seems like flying will be more than just a way to traverse the world in the Burning Shores. Like, you need to have completed the main story of Forbidden West in order to access the DLC, so everyone has the flying mount, meaning that they can really design LA around it, which I think is really interesting. And 29% of all players finished Forbidden West, which is a good score, also because the game is now on PlayStation Plus Extra, so more people started it recently. And kinda wild, by the way, that 3% stopped after getting the Sunwing and was like, okay, I'm out, I'm not gonna finish the game. That's weird. Either way, there's a big audience who can pre-order the DLC or buy it when it's out. I'm, by the way, doing a giveaway via the link in the pinned comment. You can check it out if you want, and be a subscriber if you want to participate. And I, by the way, figured some things out in regards to the pre-order bonuses, which the Black Tide die and also the Black Tide Sharp Shot Bow. The PlayStation blog says that it's a Black Tide die outfit, but then that it's available at the first die merchant. So no, it's not an outfit, but just a new color you unlock and can then seemingly also put on other outfits. Because if we look at that prepare for the DLC video again, they showed the Karja Behemoth Trapper outfit with a color that is not available in the game right now, and also not for the deluxe edition sort of reskin they have. So what they're in fact showing here is the Black Tide dye, and that you can also put it on some base game outfits. In the pre-order trailer, they used it on the first Quen outfit that we probably get really early on, maybe even before entering the Burning Shores, something that the first trailer kind of teased as well, and that way you can immediately replicate the pre-order quote-unquote outfit by going to the dye vendor. Now, weapons don't have different colors, so that Black Tide Sharpshot Bow is probably a separate weapon with its own arrows and stats, which of course pretty huge, but that design does not seem to be unique, as also in the prepare for launch video we see the exact same Sharpshot Bow from the looks of it, but without the Black Tide color. Interesting stuff. And does Aloy, by the way, have a slightly different spear in that same video? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this one has red feathers while mine has white. I know there was like concept art for a spear like this, but I can't remember it also being in the game. Your input more than welcome as well.
Aloy, a certain complication has come to my attention that we must discuss.
Yes, Sylens will call us at the start of the DLC. R.I.P. Lance Reddick. Horrible news to hear of his passing. He was way too young. Seems like he will still play a role in this content though, which I am happy about. That's pretty awesome. Subscribe, of course, to be up to date on everything Burning Shores. I will let you know when we got more info. A like would really help me out, and you can watch our previous video on more big games that are still coming in 2023 by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.